Hey guys, all right. Time to continue with the '80s stuff. So let's not waste any time bullshitting and let's just get into it. Um, I fucked up again. I missed a couple records. Gee, imagine that. So we're gonna go back to D for a couple of records here. I can't fucking believe I missed this one, man. And this is like my all-time favorite thrash album. Death Angel, the Ultraviolence debut album, and their best album for sure. This album is so goddamn good. Just an absolute masterpiece of thrash. So yeah, this is a reissue on Metal Blade, it looks like. Comes with lyric sheet. I could have swore this one came with a poster, but I guess it didn't. And comes on white vinyl. Matches the album cover, so very nice. Yeah, man, this album is just phenomenal. It's just still so damn hard to believe that all these guys were like basically, kids when they recorded this shit. Goddamn, such a great record. Like I said, definitely, I would say in my top 3 favorite thrash albums. So yeah, that is Death Angel with the Ultraviolence. Next up here, we got some, well, I consider this to be a new album record. We have Def Leppard, On Through the Night, their debut from 1980. But yeah, this album, I mean, they never really made another album that was like this one. I mean, I guess High and Dry was kind of there too, but I mean, this album just kicks so much ass. Wasted is definitely one of my favorite Leopard tracks. Such a great song. No insert or anything. It's just, black vinyl with generic labels, so nothing really to show. And this is definitely my favorite Def Leppard album, for sure. So yeah, that is On Through the Night, Def Leppard. I added a few extra records in this video. So, because I usually, the past couple of videos I had maybe 11 or 12. This one I had 15. So, I think here, yeah, alright. Alright, so next one here, we're gonna jump to the G's. We have Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction. So yeah, I mean, love him or hate him, this album is really good. I still love the hell out of this album. It's a great album, regardless of what people want to say about Guns N' Roses. And I know some people think they're not metal or think that they don't really qualify as glam metal, but in my opinion they do, just because this album is better than most of the albums that came out at that time doesn't mean that it's not, a glam album. I was just having this conversation with somebody that had commented on one of my videos. I was like, I feel like people tend to disassociate Guns N' Roses from the glam metal scene strictly because this album was better than most of the albums that came around that time, or that came out at that time, when in reality, it's still the same style, it's still one and the same, it's still fucking glam metal, It's got the image, it's got all the fucking, it's got the sound. So, Prince Inner Sleeve here, lyrics, and the original cover for the album, and then, just black vinyl, so. Yeah, and then this is just one of those albums too that everybody has to hear at least one time in their life. It's definitely one of those albums you have to hear before you die. That's for sure. So if you've been living under a rock, or or whatever, go listen to it if you haven't. Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction. Next up, got a bunch of Maiden. Iron Maiden self-titled debut. Excellent album. Don't really need to say a whole lot about this. No insert or anything. This is a reissue through... Who did this one? Parlophone? Maybe? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it's a basic as fuck reissue. There's no insert or anything. It's just black vinyl and, Ugh, excuse me. So yeah. Iron Maiden, self-titled. Next up we have Killers, second album, and the last one with Paul Di'Anno. The first two Maiden albums are my favorite by far. I'm probably in the minority, but I prefer Paul Di'Anno's vocals over Bruce's, but like I said, that's just me. Yeah. Great album. This album, over the years, this was always my favorite Iron Maiden album. Lately, I've been preferring the first album, though, over this one. So, I don't know. But this album is still phenomenal, nonetheless. I know a lot of people say that this one's not as good because it was kind of like a lot... I think that some of it was like leftovers from the first album. But I don't know. This is still a really good album, though, nonetheless. So, and the artwork is badass. I mean, this is definitely my favorite Iron Maiden album cover. That's for sure. All right, next up, we have third album, Number of the Beast. First album with Bruce Dickinson on vocals. Excellent album. I mean, this is, regarded as many to be their best album. I'll be honest, this is my favorite album with Bruce on vocals. So, yeah, there's lyrics, pictures of the band. And this album's got, a good amount of their best songs on it. And no, I'm not talking about Run to the Hills or the title track. Children of the Damned, Prisoner, Hallowed Be Thy Name. Even though that there's this whole plagiarism thing going on with that right now, or at least there was. I don't know if they've resolved that or not, but there's people that I know. I was seeing that there was people that were like, "Oh, I'm never going to listen to that song again." I'm like, it's like, if you're one of those people, seriously, go fuck yourself. Like, it does not change the fact that it's a great song. So if you seriously would not listen to a song because of that, then goddamn, just I cannot stand people like that. They're I don't know. Don't get me started on that, though, man, because goddamn, I won't shut up. But yeah, anyways, that's Number of the Beast. Iron Maiden. Next up, we have Peace of Mind, next album. Another great album. Not as good as The Number of the Beast, but still a, good album for what it is. Just that labels on this one are pretty cool. No insert or anything. Personally, I think this album has a lot of filler on it. I mean, like I said, it's still a good album. I just felt like there was definitely some filler on this, but you know, it is what it is. That is Peace of Mind. And next up we have Power Slave. This even has the little tour date thing sticker right here on the album cover, which I don't know why they put it on the album cover, but whatever. It also looks like there was something here, but it was like that when I bought it, so I have no idea. I mean, I got this at my local record store several years back, so I don't fucking remember. Comes with a printed inner sleeve, lyrics and whatnot back. So yeah, you know, this is the album where Iron Maiden started to get super proggy. Some people like it. Most people liked it. Some people didn't like it. You know, it is what it is. Still a really good album. I mean, I really don't care for Rime of the Ancient Mariner that much. The other tracks on this album are much better than that one, in my opinion. But you know, it is what it is. So yeah, that's Power Slave. And next up we have the live album, Live After Death. Double LP sets. Nice gatefold with pictures of the band playing live. So yeah, I mean, and there was a lot. They played a lot of their best songs were, or a lot of their best songs were on here. So that's good. Printed inner sleeves. Let's go ahead and show the other one here because they're both different. They both have different pictures. So yeah, very cool. Really good live album. I mean, this album is considered by many to be one of the best live albums ever, at least in terms of metal. It's a really good live album. It's not one of my personal favorites, but it is a really fucking good live album. Actually, fuck it, this probably is one of my favorites. I just haven't listened to it in a while. But I don't know. Fuck it. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm tired. It's been a long day. Alright, so yeah, that is Live After Death. Next up, the last Iron Maiden, yes, the last one I'm going to show. Somewhere in Time from 86. So yeah, this album is definitely where Maiden kind of, you know, cemented their new, you know, prog metal approach. To be honest, I'm not too fond of this album. It's a good album. There are a few good tracks on here, but overall, this is definitely their weakest album of the 80s. That's for sure. And then they would come back, was it 2 years later? Or that next year, I can't remember, with Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. And that album was so much better than this one. So yeah, I got a printed inner sleeve here. This is not an original though. This is a reissue. Fuck. BMG looks like they're the ones that did this. I don't know. Like I said, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a good album. Like I said, I just feel like this is their weakest album of the 80s. But then I know there are a lot of people that do really like this album. So, you know, to each their own. I guess it really just depends on, you know, like, you know, what kind of style you like better, you know? I mean, but yeah, that's Iron Maiden, Somewhere in Time, and we're gonna stay on the Nawabum train a little bit more. Which, I mean, this band didn't start out as Nawabum, but they definitely rode that wave. Judas Priest, British Steel, 1980 album, if I'm correct. Yeah, or if I remember correctly. Good album. I mean, this album is pretty infamous. I mean, it speaks for itself. So, and then yeah, it's just black vinyl, and the label is just, the labels are you know, your generic crap. So yeah. And I do prefer Judas Priest. I prefer their 70s stuff over anything else. But, you know, it's whatever. So yeah, that's a Judas Priest, British Steel. And we have the next album, Screaming for Vengeance. And yeah, this is basically best known as the album where they, you know, finally broke, you know, the US mainstream, you know, with You've Got Another Thing Coming. So what is this? Yeah, this one actually does come with something. You got a Prince inner sleeve here with lyrics and a picture of the band. And then you got a mailing sheet. So that's very cool. I always like it when I find like these older copies of records and like, you know, record stores and stuff, and they still have like the old like order forms and stuff. That's cool. So yeah, that is Screaming for Vengeance. And this is the last 80s Priest album I have. Defenders of the Faith. Yeah, this one's still got the shrink on it, but this part's kind of coming off there. This is probably my favorite Judas Priest album from the 80s, for sure. Yeah, this album is really fucking good, for sure. Printed inner sleeve, picture of the band, lyrics. So yeah, I really don't care for Turbo or Ram It Down. I mean, I used to have Turbo and then I sold it. I do not like that album. But, you know, it's whatever, you know. Alright, that's Defenders of the Faith. Got a couple more left here. Figured we'd end this part with some Teutonic Thrash. This is Kreator with Endless Pain. So yeah, this is the newest reissue through Noise. They did a pretty good job with these reissues. Got a nice gatefold here with liner notes and shit. Oh, some cool shit in there. Don't remember what all it comes with, to be honest. Oh yeah, I think this also, yeah, this also has the, has some demo shit on it, and then it has the, where is it? Is it this one that has the Flag of Hate EP on it? It might be the other one. Yeah, I think that's the other one that has the Flag of Hate EP on it. Yeah, so this one just has like demo shit as bonus, and then I think the last few tracks were live tracks, if I remember correctly. But yeah, there's 2 printed inner sleeves, so here's one of them, and it's just black vinyl, cool labels. And I'll show this one. Yes, outstanding album. This is probably my second favorite Kreator album after Enemy of God. Just some fucking, just straight up brutal bestial thrash. Great album. That's Kreator with Endless Pain. And the last one for the video, we have the follow-up, Pleasure to Kill. Again, this is also another Noise reissue. Nice gatefold. Basically the same thing going on with the other one. And then another Prince inner sleeve with lyrics and pictures. Black vinyl. And this one has the, this one has the Flag of Hate EP as the bonus. As the bonus tracks. And then here's the second LP sleeve. So yeah. Definitely, if you can, definitely get your hands on these reissues, because the other presses of these albums are not really that, available. That's why these reissues are kind of a big deal. These are the only 2 out of the Noise reissues. These were the only 2 that I got. But because they also did the other ones too. They did Terrible Certainty, Extreme Aggression. And I know they did the 90s ones too. I'm pretty sure, like Renewal and Outcast, I think, and then a couple of the other ones I don't remember. But yeah, great stuff. Excellent album. Under the Guillotine is probably my all-time favorite Kreator track. I fucking love that song. So yeah, that's it for this part. Yeah, hope you guys are digging this little thing that I'm doing with my 80s stuff. So, yeah, take it easy. I'll see you in the next video, and thanks for watching.